Hey dividend investors, today I'm going to talk to you about a new investment that Cathy Wood just did. Yeah, this is actually quite interesting. It's a brand new company on the stock market. It never really made a huge bang until somebody posted that Cathy Wood is buying into it. And of course, we can back that up by some of the papers that she releases. So let's get down, let's check out UiPath and basically what it does, what it is, and will it make money? Because that's our whole goal on this channel. So there's no sense in actually going to the actual chart because it's only been out for a couple of days. Now, from where it was basically released and where it opened at was at $64.84 was the lowest it's been since then, and of course now it's trading at $69. Now, you really have to watch out about that number because it actually started below $60, but it opened. It opened at that price. So basically, what we are looking at is something that has high volume at this point in time. It's up yesterday, huge 23%, and it's up pre-market today at 5.8%. This is going to be an interesting company. Obviously, we don't know much about the company as of yet. Will they pay a dividend? What their PE ratio is? You could figure it out if you wanted to do the math, so you can. Go to Yahoo and under financials, you can see the actual income statement. You can do the math yourself. But considering the company is just recently on the stock market, it's probably going to have some pretty big growth, especially if a big investor like Cathy Wood is investing into it. So what is UiPath? I thought I would decide to go and check out their website because, of course, the Yahoo Financials info statement kind of thing about the company is kind of interesting and kind of talks in circles in my opinion. So what is UiPath? Well, their first headline on their website is, "Hello, we're UiPath. We make software robots so people don't have to be robots." So now that's caught my attention. It's not just the cool fancy cartoon that they have. It's caught my attention. And the reason why it's caught my attention is because, of course, when you start talking about having humans replaced with computers, that's bringing back all my thoughts even back when I was in high school, which is within 30 years, there's not going to be any jobs because, of course, computers will be able to do everything. And I'm not wrong. Look at how many jobs they're currently taking away anyways. Look at just your grocery store alone with all of the just technology that you do it yourself. Bing, bing, bang, boom, and you're out of the store, and there's no actual person, no actual cashier. So I'm sort of right. Not that I'm happy about this happening, but of course it's kind of interesting. It makes me want to say that the companies should be paying an income tax on those robots doing the work that normal people would be, because now the government is not getting the taxes and they're going to look for other reasons and ways of making taxes from people, if that makes any sense. So this is actually quite interesting. So basically what they are doing is making software for computers to make a human's job easier. And what we see here is in your traditional path, you would have 100% manual effort, and for, let's say, a basic task could be 5 minutes. When you look at the UiPath, after you make your software robots, you then cut that 5-minute job down to a 1-minute job with 20% manual effort, and 80% of it is just a computer doing its thing. And then they broke it down. So let's say you're working in a lab. You receive the lab report. You open the patient's lab report. You enter lab data. You open the letter template. You write the patient letter. It then adds the digital signature. And then it emails the letter. And then farther on down the list, it verifies that it sends. Meanwhile, with UiPath, you pull up the lab report, it updates the patient's record and alerts the physician, opens the action center and clicks patient's name, presents pre-filled form, which that means that you don't have to enter the lab data, and then you review the form and you choose the letter template, click submit, and then UiPath creates, sends, and confirms letter, and then you observe the task completion, which means that you are basically doing 3 things as a human instead of 6, 7, or 8 things. This can make doctors, nurses, and just anybody's job much easier. Which means that this company has saved 5 million or more hours of work time saved for the companies that implement UiPath. If you think of 5 million hours as a lot, you are not wrong. That is a ton of hours. The New York founding 100,000 hours returned to social workers annually. Orange, Spain, whatever company that is, has saved 34 million pounds in 2 years of wages. That's crazy. So of course, what does this really mean for companies? This means that for a company that implements UiPath, basically what happens is if they have workers who are on a salary, those workers can do more work, which means that they don't have to hire as many people. Number 2, if they're paying their employees an hourly wage instead, they can now save money by not having to either hire as many people or having the initial people that they've already got work as much. So if, let's say for example, they're working 50 hours and they can get a 5-minute task done in 1 minute, that means that those employees don't have to work 50 hours, they only have to work 10 hours, which means that now you as a company saves 40 hours of money, which is crazy. This is actually one of the futuristic companies that I keep on telling people about. You need to watch out for. And these are some of the things that UiPath will help you with. This is a fantastic company for the future, but let's not get this wrong. This is going to be helping companies save a lot of money, and I'm all for that. I run my own business, but I'm also kind of mixed feelings about people who may have gone to university and college to do certain things and went into $100,000 worth of debt or more, and now a computer is going to do their job in about maybe 20% of the amount of time than they normally would. So even though this is a great advantage for companies, this is a massive disadvantage for people who may have taken years and thousands and maybe even millions of dollars to do something in their life, and yet now a computer can take over and do it for them. We all knew this was going to happen. We're going to have to try and figure out a way of working around this, maybe creating new types of jobs for people to do, but this is going to be a huge thing into the future, whether it be software doing a person's job or even a robot. We have to remember that even video editing, like what I do every single day on this channel, my football channel, my gaming channel, and also my basketball channel, all of the video editing technically could be taken over by a robot, and I wouldn't have to do a single thing other than sitting in front of a camera like I'm doing right now and talking about random stuff. So this is the future. You have to, if you're a kid right now, either create your own business that's going to really ride this wave, or basically find career paths that will not be disrupted by a robot or a piece of software. That's my advice to anyone who is under the age of 12. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe. Go check out my favorite investing books down in the description below, and I will see you guys again next time.